The world is cracking at its edges. Not the dramatic sort of crack you'd hear in a blockbuster trailer, but the subtle, sinister kind. The type that grows while most people are still sipping their morning coffee, unaware that beneath the surface, the foundations of our so-called stability are shifting. You see, while the media blasts slogans and banners, the real story of today is one of a global order wobbling, not quite collapsing, but teetering. And yet, no one seems to be yelling fire. Let's start in The Hague, where the air is thick with legal jargon and bitter accusations. The International Court of Justice, that ancient diplomatic theater of law and consequence, has been presented with an allegation both chilling and heartbreaking: that Israel, in its long and brutal war in Gaza, is using humanitarian aid as a weapon, not a metaphorical weapon, mind you, a literal siege tactic. Denying food, water, and medicine, not as a tragic side effect of conflict, but as part of the conflict. A strategic choice. Imagine the moral weight of that. Aid workers stranded outside a closed gate, and beyond it, children waiting for a drink of clean water that never arrives. Israel, for its part, has turned its back on the court, branding the entire hearing as politically motivated. And so, a legal proceeding becomes theater, a tribunal with only one actor refusing to read its lines. Yet the world watches, some in fury, some in helplessness, and a few, perhaps too many, in silence. If justice is to matter, mustn't it be accepted by all, not just those with a good PR team? But it's not just war crimes that threaten the global structure. It's the very concept of order itself. Ray Dalio, yes, that soft-spoken financial seer, has thrown a new warning into the storm. He believes the global order, that invisible architecture of agreements, diplomacy, trade, and mutual respect among nations, is in late-stage deterioration, and he points a steady finger toward Washington. Or, more specifically, toward Trump. Ah yes, Donald Trump, freshly returned to the White House and already making moves like a man racing against time. His administration is reshaping the U.S. like a sculptor with a sledgehammer. Mass pardons here, mass firings there. Federal departments are being gutted as though governance were an outdated fashion, a relic of a less efficient era. And internationally, allies are gritting their teeth as America pulls the strings tighter in its economic war games. Tariffs are flying like arrows, and every one of them comes with collateral damage, mostly borne by smaller, quieter economies. It's a curious paradox, isn't it? The more Trump pushes America first, the more global interdependence begins to fray, and the more the world feels less safe, less reliable. In a world where the rules are being rewritten without consensus, trust becomes a luxury we can't afford. And as if the Atlantic weren't churning enough, let's tilt our gaze toward South Asia. The line of control between India and Pakistan is glowing red once again. A terror attack in Kashmir has rekindled the ancient fire between two nations that have long danced on the edge of the nuclear abyss. There are no small fights between giants. Diplomats are packing their bags, embassies are falling quiet, and military trucks are rolling toward borders older than many of the soldiers themselves. This isn't just regional tension, it's a reminder that in a divided world, even old rivalries can find new fuel. But let's not forget the Eastern Front. Ukraine, a land of sirens and sorrow, has been struck again. Russia, ever the cold chess master, sent another missile crashing into the heart of Kiev. The death toll is grim, the damage substantial, and the twist, the missile appears to be of North Korean origin. That's right, the geopolitics of missile tech is now crossing from Moscow to Pyongyang like some perverse arms exchange program. It's as if the world's worst actors have started their own underground club, and Kiev is their unwilling host. Still, amid the smoke, diplomacy clings to life like a vine on a crumbling wall. In Rome and Oman, behind doors heavily guarded and carefully soundproofed, the US and Iran are once again dancing the nuclear tango. The choreography is familiar: uranium levels, sanctions, threats, hopes. Iran offers a phased plan. America raises an eyebrow. The world holds its breath. A fragile dialogue, perhaps, but in this climate, even a whisper of cooperation feels revolutionary. And finally, across the frozen plains and calm cities of Canada, the people have chosen a new path, one less tied to American coattails. Mark Carney, once the oracle of central banks, now leads the nation with a promise of self-reliance and dignity. In an era when many countries are rushing toward populism, this gentle pivot by Canada might just be a quiet rebellion. So what does all this mean for us? For the people not signing treaties, not launching missiles, not addressing the UN in somber tones? It means the illusion of certainty is fading. The institutions we once trusted to guide us are under pressure. The world is becoming less coordinated, more fragmented. But in fragmentation, there's also a chance, a crack, yes, but one that lets in light. This isn't just a geopolitical weather report, it's a call to attention. Because when the world breaks apart quietly, piece by piece, it's not the noise you need to fear, it's the silence that follows. Now, I'd love to hear what you think. Is the global order really unraveling, or is this just a noisy chapter in a long, loud history? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this perspective thought-provoking, or just enjoy hearing the world reimagined through a more elegant lens, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that little bell.